to worry about, considering it's just us two today.
Yeah, I'm definitely one of the ones know that to need to watch what I say. So
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous.
yeah, I'm probably the most dangerous one to have talking when the sound gets turned on.
Yeah. Every single time I start, like, a session for D&D, I have to automatically fiddle with the global volume controls for both of my things. Because it turns them back to default. And
Yeah.
I turn the stream ones all the way down. Otherwise, it's just playing the music 2 times over each other.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's like because they're both the same site. So if on one you turn it down, the other one you keep it up, it's gonna keep one or the other on both of them the next time you open up.
Yeah. And I think it defaults to trying to make the stream one the main thing, because now and again it resets. It probably does that because the stream one is the first one I have to open for OBS to decide that that's the stream. Because if both of them are open, OBS does not like trying to switch between them. Because they're technically the same application.
I will admit, by the way, despite what I said, I was tempted and read one more of the notes.
Yeah.
And I regret it. I would have
Which one did you read?
I think I read the last of the crystal study ones, which is like
number 7.
which is like a pretty big one, I would say.
Yeah. Obviously, not all the journals have been found.
No.
And admittedly, it's probably too late to just start looking for them.
Yeah.
So
in game, barely any of the journals have actually been read because Adrian's put them off to the side to read at night.
I feel like Adrian might have changed his mind if he actually read them.
I mean, the last of the Magic Crystal Studies one, again, pretty big.
In total, you guys could have found 17 journals.
Yeah, there's a lot of them in there.
Yeah.
I think, just from what I skimmed over, I think most of the ones that we got had some pretty relevant information anyways.
Yeah. You know, Adrian, he likes his interesting things. He likes testing, see how stuff works, you know? I do also want to say, since we're past this even being a possibility now, the Clockwork Knight guy that you guys did find in, like, the mine, he is under my folder of companions. There was, like, a chance of something being worked out, although it was low to begin with. Also, Jeeves didn't like him.
Yeah. Infected Jeeves, as I will call him.
Yeah.
That's also a nice little line there. I don't know how free-thinking Jeeves actually was by the end of it, or how much he was just basically being guided by, let's call it the hive mind. I've been calling it a hive mind.
Yeah, everyone's been calling it the hive mind.
I don't think it's exactly a hive mind, but it's kind of that.
some information about it might be talked about next session, maybe not. Maybe Jeeves is just doing what he thinks is right. Maybe not.
The last magical crystal studies, note that we got, is extremely relevant.
Yeah. There is one more after that, too. There's one more journal after that one, so.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, me reading that only confirmed suspicions. It wasn't like necessarily all new things I wasn't suspecting. But from the beginning, I was like, it's not a good idea to go to a machine plane.
Yeah. It will be interesting.
Anyways, meanwhile, in Slaucilia.
Yeah, Stark hanging out at Terrence's house. From what I remember, Silas asked Terrence if he could just hang out there, and Terrence said yeah. And he just, been there.
I could not remember how the departure went, and I was like, did he just get, effed? Was this talked about?
Yeah.
They definitely, I know they met up at Terrence's, and then they left, and Stark was left behind. Is like, did they just leave him? And if it was talked about, that's different, but it's also funny if it wasn't talked about, and they're just like, all right, time to go, and Stark's like, bye-bye, and looks behind him as he stands in the door of Terrence's place waving goodbye. It's like, should I even be here?
Yeah, Silas did ask, right before leaving. I think he asked twice, once or somewhere in the middle of, the big hubbub, and then, right before he left to make sure, I believe. And then he was like, yeah, I'll be back in, a day. It's been... I
think you said a few days.
No, it was a day. Rust has brought it back up a few times that he'll just be back the next day. It has been almost 3 days.
I think 3 is accurate. Yeah, it's 3 days, because we rested at the cave, we rested at
Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot you guys had a little resting over there in Orberan. You did it, in the middle of Orberan, here-ish.
Oh, yeah, that's it, that's right. I was thinking, no, we kind of went in and out of Atalantis quickly.
Yeah. So it's almost 4 days now. Antilles didn't go outside, but it was getting dark whenever Silas went out there.
Yeah. Because we slept before we went into that cave as well.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been some time. Anyway. So, what would, Stark have been doing? Would he have just, stayed at Terrence's the whole time, for the most part? I'd say Terrence probably does have, food and stuff there.
I think the first day, he probably stays at Terrence's place, and he gets bored. And by that, I mean, he probably, there's probably some scary things in Terrence's place. But eventually, he's probably, looking around, kind of toying around with whatever he can get his hands on. And by the end of the day, Terrence's place is probably a mess.
Have you seen Terrence's house? I have a map for his house. Have you seen it?
I've
the
been
inside?
In it once.
Okay.
Yeah. I've seen it once. I can't remember when. I think it might have just been.
Have you walked around it? I don't remember. Because
I can't remember if I saw it because I saw a peek of it when they were doing solo stuff.
Oh, it did update your Stark picture, by the way. It does have a black rim, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. It did put it in, so... I will go ahead and let you just have a look around Terrence's home. Just let, like, Stark have a decent idea.
Yeah. Just the red footprints.
Yep.
Probably like... Now, is this dried blood?
Yeah.
Okay. Can't leave tracks all over the host by walking through it. Oh, there's not another door over there. I mean, it would be the first thing that he gets his eye on. No, that door was already open. I could see through it. I don't know why. Yeah. There's a lot more,
Yeah.
beds and operating studios that I think I realized. God, this is like, so my dad's a dentist. And
Yeah.
he owned the dental office. And on days that he would let us, he would be at the dental office doing stuff when we were younger, and we would just be like, hey, you're around the dental office as he was doing things, and we would go around and kind of like basically go up to everything and anything that you could play with even a little bit, you would like touch and stuff. There'd be like, like they have like the little like metal tools that either blow water or air or both at once. You would just go up to them, and if he had all the systems on, you would just play with that a little bit, make a little mess. That's basically what's going on here. Is all these tools that are on the table, probably worse with Stark. All these tools on the table, like I don't even know what those are. They look like they're good at scratching the back of my head, though.
Yeah. They look like clamps of some sort.
Yeah, they kind of look like those like head scratcher things.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. They definitely get used for both that and scratching the back. Nothing is as it was. I don't think he really cares too much about the blood. I'm assuming there's no wet blood around, and if there was wet blood, it's been spilled. Like those buckets over there.
Yeah.
If those are actually full of wet blood, they've been spilled. That is the alleyway. Gotcha.
I would say as you go out in the alleyway, at some point or another, you would have realized, like, this is just over like the days, you would have seen like someone coming around the house, whether you were like just in the house, you'd have probably seen out the window, you'd have probably seen a guy in a suit, wheelbarrow and something that looks covered up, and he would have went around the back of the house and like dumped it.
Mm-hmm.
You would have seen that at some point.
Yeah. Gosh, what would Stark do with that? It is just a fresh body. Nah, he probably ignores it. Ooh. Scales. There's definitely a lot of things just randomly on the scales.
Alright.
Just like picking up random shit and weighing it against each other.
Yeah.
Ooh, like the skull. The skull definitely ends up on one of the scales.
Okay. That is like a full... Oh, that skull. This one over here. Okay,
Yeah, the skull over here, yeah.
I was paying attention to the whole skeleton.
I noticed that afterwards. that skeleton's probably on the chair. The dentist chair right there.
Start throwing shit everywhere.
That's basically what it is. The place is a mess by the time Stark is done, like, sticking around for, like, a whole day.
I'm just trying to find something to do.
Yeah. It is kind of a situation where basically anything that can be messed with, moved, basically anything, has all been messed with at some point during his stay. Over the course of the first day that he's like, well, I guess you'll just stay around and wait for Silas to come back. And by the end of the first day, it's probably like, well, Silas is taking a little bit longer, so I should probably find something to do. Or rather, he's like, I've been fucking stuck in here for a whole day. I'm starting to get bored of here. And wanders out into the streets.
Alright. In that case, I'll just open up the old Soxilia map. Where the hell is it? Oh. It's hiding from me. Been a while since I looked at this thing.
It has.
So I never marked like an area where like Terrence's house is.
I think it was talked about at one point. But it's probably not relevant right now.
Yeah. So as Stark would walk out, I mean, he would see what Sloxilia is, really. I mean, it isn't really like... I mean, I get it. It's way bigger than Cabreton, obviously.
Yeah.
It is way more dismantled, doesn't look great. He would see a lot of homeless people. And then obviously, like, the Onyx Jackals, which he doesn't know who they are or anything, but yeah. Does he have any, like, thoughts about the disrepair of the city, or...?
I don't think he's one to take great note of that. I think it's more like... he's probably more interested in looking around at the people for anything that interests him.
Alright. I feel like the most noteworthy thing Stark would notice is that here it's often pretty cloudy compared to other places. But yeah, would you, whenever you go to like ask people to look for like specific things, do you look for any specific kind of people? You just go up to any of the homeless guys, or you look forward to one of the more well-dressed guys?
He probably, if he has a question to ask somebody near him, he probably literally just turns to the nearest person to him.
Okay.
Whether it's somebody who's homeless, one of the Onyx Jackals, or somebody who is looking a bit more well off.
Yeah.
That's if he asks the question. If he's looking for, like, wares and stuff, he's probably first looking around at the people and, like, seeing if anybody's, like, walking from a direction with something that looks like they've, like, just bought something, or like, if he's looking for food, he's not going to ask for the nearest person for food first. He's going to look around and just see, like, well, there's two people with kind of the same kind of food walking from that direction, or people who smell kind of like they've eaten recently and walk in the direction they've come from.
Yeah. So, is there anything specific you'd be looking for right now?
I don't think he's looking for anything specific. I would wager a guess that he ends up at the general.
Alright. In that case... Huh, that's not how that works. Space. Alright, so you have a walkabout. After some time, you do happen to see people, actually, you would probably see a group of guys in sort of shipwear, like, little overcoats and things and stuff like that, and, some, like, do-rags or headbands and things coming from down the street. They look like they're holding a bit of stuff. One of them's holding a box. Others are holding bags of stuff. It would be... one of them is a dwarf, and the other one is a lizard folk. The lizard folk is holding the box, while the dwarf is holding the bags of stuff.
Having caught his eye, Stark will, basically kind of, with his head stuck forward quizzically, walk up to them and go, "What's in that box?"
What's it to you? Huh?
"Oh, it looks like a nice fun box. I'm just wondering what's in the box."
It's supplies for us.
"What kind of supplies?"
Why do you need to know? Don't you know who we are?
"I have no idea. I'm Stark."
The lizard folk will sort of just reach his hand out. Are you new to this place?
I'm fairly new to the area.
Have you
Is it
never...
always cloudy around here?
Yeah, I guess. I never really look around.
So what's in the box?
The dwarf will sort of look over. Look, we got places to be. Go on.
Where are you going?
We're going down to the docks.
Ooh, that sounds like fun. Is that like, I don't think I've ever really seen the open water. Can I come?
I mean, you can go down there. Don't follow us, okay?
Okay. He's gonna let them go and he's gonna sneak after them.
Okay. They'll just start walking off after seeing you say okay. Are you just like standing there as they walk off?
Yeah, just standing there, watching them. At one point, like, they, like, look behind them and see Stark still standing there. They keep walking, and then they look back. Then they look back a second time again. And they don't see Stark, probably.
Probably. Alright, yeah, you'll just see him continue walking down the road. While you're following him, let's see here. I'll do a roll for this then. The day does seem somewhat busy, from what you can tell. There's a decent amount of people walking down the road. For the most part, it's just like the guys in suits and such. You would probably see some apekin here and there. Homeless people, for the most part, are on the side of the road. Every now and again, you'll see people in, like, rags walking down as well. But it seems somewhat busy. So, question is, do you go along just hiding behind stuff along the streets, or do you try to blend in?
Do I what, sword?
Or do you try to blend in with, like, the people?
It's probably kind of like a darting in between people, so more of a blending in than a hiding behind things.
Alright. Man, I really am like not doing well on remembering that there is not a space. I don't know why I'm even putting a space there. Alright, after following them for a while, you tend to notice that they look back here and there, but they don't seem to catch anything or look straight directly at you. So yeah, and after some time, I'd probably say like maybe 15, 20 minutes, you'd eventually see them go down a rather long road, but it is seaside.
Yeah. I think once they hit the point where they can you're kind of like there's the road and then there's the sea, Stark pops out behind them and goes, "So that's the sea, isn't it?"
Okay. As you do it, you see the dwarf like jump a bit and like drop one of the bags. What are you doing following us? I told you not to follow us.
No, I didn't follow. I just came to the sea.
You don't know your way around here at all, do you?
I have no idea where I am.
Do you even know the name of this city?
What's the name of the city?
Oh lord, how'd you even get here? It's Sloxilia.
My friend brought me here, and brought me to other friends, and then they left me.
They left you in Sloxilia.
Yep. They said, "Oh, you'll be safe at this house. Nobody will bother Terrence."
Oh, Terrence. You see him look over at the lizard folk. Don't you know about that Terrence fella? Yeah. Why were you left at his house?
He's a friend of my friend's.
You think this guy's crazy?
So what's in that box?
No, but it's supplies. Look.
Is it like eating supplies, or is it like crafting supplies?
Look, it's just supplies for the Red Crows, okay? The Red Crows were pirates.
What are those?
Did you not even go to school or something?
I'm just fucking with you. I know what pirates are.
Alright, well, we're just gonna let you know, even if you don't know how to get around this place, just don't follow us, okay?
I won't.
You're gonna end up following the wrong guy, and it isn't gonna be good.
He's just gonna quietly stand there until they get eeried out and leave again. And then wait a bit.
Okay. They stand there a bit longer this time. And then they'll eventually back up. Something wrong with this guy. Yeah, I don't know what his problem is. They'll eventually just sort of walk off. And, eventually they turn around. The lizard folk turns around and just sees you still staring at him. He kind of just, waves his hand off to try to shoo you away. Then they'll continue walking after a little bit.
And then Stark stealthily follows them again.
Oh my god. Okay, a little bit down the road, there isn't as many people to try to blend in with people here. You do see some boxes and stuff along the road towards the sea. But after a little bit, they will turn around again. They just look directly at you. And the dwarf will just sort of pipe up. Go on now, get out of here.
How do I... Where's... Oh, we're already outside.
We'll take this fucker to the brig if he keeps following us. You see him turn around and keep walking.
I think he'll let them go at this point.
Alright, so map-wise, you're probably just like here-ish.
Yeah. He probably spends most of the rest of that day kind of just wandering up and down along the coast. And then when it like starts to get dark, he'll look up probably to a cloudy sky and kind of tisks his beak, and then will try to make his way back to Terrence's.
Alright. Yeah, the sky would still be cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
And, for your walk back, either give me just, like, a history check, see if you can recall where it was, or you can give me a perception check, just look for it.
That's gonna be a perception.
Alright. After a while of walking around, you do eventually come along a, familiar area. It looks like a destroyed building. It leads back to some alleyways to another building. The building looks like the one that you were staying at.
No double checking. He just walks straight in.
All right.
It's gonna be funny if he rolls low on perception one day.
It's walking to someone's house. There's a pretty good chance there ain't no one living there at this scene. Alright, but yeah, you find yourself in the house that you were staying at. Does, Stark just end up going to bed?
Yeah, probably.
Alright. In that case, next day rolls over. Would Stark do like a similar thing today?
Probably yes. He probably goes to around the same place he started his journey the previous day, and probably near or in the general market again.
Okay, so first day you just kind of hung around Terrence's. Second day it's like, well, he ain't here. I'm gonna walk around. Today also walk around a bit. Okay. Let's see. Thinking. Okay. Yeah. You go ahead and give me a quick perception check. Alright. You have a walkabout. Yeah, you have a walkabout. You, go around the same sort of street you were before. And... today it is not so crowded. For the most part, you just see beggars and things on the side of the road. You don't really see anyone walking down the road with any sort of goods or anything. For the most part, it'd just be people without anything really out.
Question.
Yes.
Does he happen to see the same two from the previous day?
No.
Well, he'd be starting to look around in the general market at what people would be selling.
Alright. We love the Sloxilia market. It has so much stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, it really does have so much stuff when you roll under 6 for both d20s.
Yeah, don't worry. Stark only has 10 gold coins. So.
Oh yeah! I forgot about that. Alright, for the most part, the general market even seems, mostly like there's no one there. A bunch of stalls are open. You don't even really see many people walking around. And honestly, most of the stalls that are open look similar to the guys that sell on the side of the road. You might just see some scrap pieces of, like, I don't even know if you would want to say scrap stuff that could be scrapped, like cans and bottles and stuff like that.
Are there any food stalls?
Oh boy, I remember last time we tried looking for something here that was around that time thing. So, there is a food stall. It is ran by someone that looks very much homeless. The food he has, they're just various fruits. They don't look like they're in good shape.
Stark will go up and... Those for eating?
Yeah, these are for eating.
Can I have one?
That's gonna cost some money.
Can I have one?
You can't just have this. You gotta pay.
How much are you selling them for?
It's just like, he points at the apple. It's just like a copper.
Where do you keep your money?
That's a weird question. Why would you ask that?
Am I not allowed?
That's not really. I don't think you should ask that.
Oh. Alright, goodbye.
Okay. You sure you don't want this apple?
He starts already walking away. And
you sure you don't want no?
He dips into a nearby alleyway.
Alright.
And I'm rusty on my wild shape rules because I literally never play a druid. But I'm pretty certain I can transform into a moose.
Isn't there like a list, or is it CR related? I don't even remember.
It's CR related. I know that one. Let me actually bring up wild shaping. So I'm level 5, which means my max CR is 1/2. So if I go to D&D stat block for a mouse, we can find field mouse rat.
I have found a rat.
Well, I have a mouse and a field mouse here, which is more probably what he is. Okay. I think they are almost the same. I think he's gonna be a field mouse.
Okay.
This is I'll DM you the stat block I'm using for this.
Oh, okay. That's why I didn't find it in ISRD. It's on this thing. Alright, you turn into a field mouse.
It's gonna be a dark field mouse. I guess it doesn't really matter. And it is going to sneak up on the fruit seller, and it's going to try to nab the apple and run away.
Alright, are you gonna, like, properly sneak?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Wild shit. Does it keep your physical stats?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I thought.
So if I roll my stealth, it will be at 2 less than what it actually is.
Okay. You can go ahead and do that. Alright.
So at 18.
He does not notice that you're there.
and this mouse will mount on top of the apple. Probably grab it by a slightly squishy, like, bit of it in, like, the stem and start dragging it away.
Alright. While you're doing that, you pretty much just see the guy. He's kind of just staring over his stall. Like, he doesn't look down or anything. He's just staring over it. You might see him scratch his head here and there. But yeah, he has no idea that his apple is being taken by a mouse.
It's probably, like... I'm assuming the apple is probably, like, the eye-catching fruit of this bunch.
Yeah.
Like, he's offering it... Was he offering it... Is there any more that are... I should ask this question. Was there something better looking than the apple on this stall?
Better looking, probably not. Everything else is very, is a little bit more noticeable. However, whenever you do touch the apple, you do notice it's a bit squishy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're able to make off with the apple.
Alright. Once he's safe away, he's going to change back into owl person and probably take one bite of the apple and kind of like chew. And then like the chewing will slow down as he looks at the apple. And he probably just drops it onto the ground.
Not good. While you're chewing and everything, you notice there's a little bit of a different off texture all of a sudden. You look down, there's actually like a couple worms in there.
Yeah. The worms are probably more of a plus than the apple for him.
Yeah.
He drops it to the ground still, though.
Pretty good apple, yeah. Alright. Anything else Stark is up to?
I don't know. He's probably just looking around for something interesting to do.
Alright.
He definitely doesn't have any specifics. At this point, he's just randomly wandering and looking. It's like... Because he's like... He's seen, like, Silas go around and, like, try to find work, and I think he got one day. So he's probably doing something similar, where he's just, like, looking around.
Yeah. Silas went down to do dock work, and, you kind of watched him fail at that, and you also watched Adrian pretty much fail at longsword trading, yeah.
Yeah.
I accidentally rolled a D200. I added another 0. I see a 167, but I was like, huh?
You are off your mark today on rolling D20s.
I am still at a bit of a daze from recent events. Not mentioned yet, but yeah. I will say, after a while of looking around, you end up going down one of the streets, and you just sort of hear a, "Hey!" It's coming from like an alleyway. It seems pretty dark.
Just the only thing that rotates is the head towards the alleyway.
Give me a perception check as you look down there. Alright, you look down there. You see a silhouette of a smaller looking creature. Yeah, come here.
What is it? And he'll, same thing, kind of, with his head kind of curiously prodding forward, walk towards him.
You're, Silas's friend, yeah?
I know Silas. Silas is my friend.
Yeah. He's also my friend.
I don't think he's mentioned. Who are you?
As you get closer and down the alleyway, you'll end up seeing a goblin. And he'll just like pull his hood back. We're business associates. My name's Galget. He probably hasn't mentioned my name. I'm not even sure if he knows my name. He isn't big on asking.
Goblin, got it.
Okay. You're okay. Never mind. So I know Silas is gone. He left with the other. Did he really leave you in this city?
No, he left me at Terrence's house.
Okay, that's in the city. Oh god, he even left you at Terrence's house. God!
Stark sits down so that he's head height with the goblin.
Do you even know who Terrence is?
Was he the ant?
No. That Terrence was one of the blue guys, the one without the mask.
Weren't they... Yeah, one of them.
Did you even see him?
Yes.
Okay.
I saw all of Silas's friends.
What do you know about Terrence?
He's Silas's friend.
He really did just leave you at his house without saying anything, didn't he?
He's got a lot of fun toys there.
Oh, I'm sure he does. This might be a mistake. Alright, so I have been asked to come and check on you, right? You're one of his acquaintances. You're a good friend of his. I'm here to check on you, and are you looking for a job or anything to do?
I could find something to pass the time.
What are your skills?
I can hide fairly well. I can... Sometimes when people aren't looking, I take things.
Huh. That's actually pretty good.
And,
got similar set of skills as me.
I can do magic.
I can't quite cast magic.
Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah, that's what I told my mother. Anyways, so would you be interested in a job, maybe not magic, but like to do with your other skills?
Sure.
Okay. So, I know quite a few people. I get around a bit. Like I said, me and Silas, we're business associates. As for a different business, though, but I know a few other places.
Oh,
so, there's some...
Do you know that, the dwarf and lizardmen, they're part of the red... Gulls?
The red crows.
Yeah, them.
Was there like a specific dwarf and lizardman you're talking about here, or?
Are there more than one?
Yeah.
Oh.
How much do you get out?
That's what they told me to do. They told me to get out.
Who told you to get out?
Oh, the dwarf and lizardmen. Fun people.
Okay, you probably don't want to get mixed in with the Red Crow's affairs. They're usually not the nicest people.
They seem pretty nice to me.
Okay. Anyways, so the other people I have business shares with here, they're quite quiet themselves. They don't really stick out the others, and most people here in this city probably don't even really know about them. You interested in people that are quiet, don't talk much, don't get out much, and just steal stuff sometimes?
Oh, that sounds like my kind of people.
Okay, perfect. Maybe they can teach you something. So how about you come with me? We're gonna go meet him, alright?
Okay.
Alright. You'll see him turn around and just start heading down the alleyway.
Stark will get up, and he will probably walk with his head still level with the goblin's head. So he's like back, like kind of in a 90-degree angle with his head going forwards and just following him.
I can imagine that because that's just like a thing that birds do sometimes, but their wings are usually out. But yeah, you follow him. He pretty much just goes down like multiple sets of different alleyways, and eventually he comes to a little grate in the ground, and he will turn around. All right, so we're gonna go down here, okay?
I will point out that when he turns around, Stark is uncomfortably close.
Alright, in that case, whenever he turns around, he sees you, and he just like jumps back a bit. Look, you don't gotta be that close to me when I say follow me. And you'll see him like sort of like drop the grate lid back down. Alright, we gotta go down here, okay?
Okay.
Okay. He'll open it.
So what's down here?
This is where my associates are.
Why are they? Okay, let's go.
Alright, you head down first. Can you see in the dark?
I believe I can. Yes. I can. Yes, I can.
Good. Yeah, we don't need a torch then, thankfully. Alright, go on down there. I'll shut this behind us and be down in just a moment.
Stark will go on in.
Alright, you head down there. It is simply like a sort of sewer system down there. It is pretty wide. On both sides there are like little walkways sort of things, and then further down in between them there is just like the actual sewer lining. And you'll see the goblin come down and shut the grate behind him. Alright, so like I said, these people, they don't go among these regular guys up above us. We do our own thing down here. Just follow me. Watch out for any big rats and things. They get pretty hungry down here. Also, don't pay attention to any people you might see down here. It's just better not to.
Oh, okay. He's
And,
gonna pay attention to everybody he sees down there.
Okay. After a while of walking, he'll pretty much just take you down multiple different, like, walkways and, across the, like, bridge sets of metal that go across, the little middle bits. Every now and again, you probably would see rats and stuff. For the most part, they're tending to themselves. They have bits of food here and there that they've drugged down there, that or they're just down in the water. You would probably also see, like, just another person or two sitting up against the walls, also in rags and stuff. They probably look extremely unwell.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. So... Right. You and Silas grew up together, yeah?
Yeah. At the orphanage.
Right, in Cabreton. So, how many places have you seen?
Dark kind of holds up his hands and. But let's see. There was the orphanage. There was the woods outside the orphanage. There was the place the people took me after they brutally tore off my wings. There was the place outside that place. There was all the places we saw on the way back from that place to here. I don't know how many that counts for.
He'll turn around and just like give you
at least 5 places.
He does the slow blink one eye at a time. Okay. Well, just see this as an opportunity to visit a lot of places.
That sounds like fun.
Oh, it is. You'll have convenient ways of getting around. After a little while, he eventually will lead you to the end of, like, one of the tunnels. And, you'll see him press his hand up against the wall to what seems like a button that just looks like a brick. And eventually, a door-sized hole ends up opening from the wall just coming down. Alright. So this is where we need to go. Now, when you're in here, just, let me do the talking, okay? They already know you're on your way.
Sorry, what?
So in here, let me talk to the guys here.
Oh, okay.
Let me introduce you.
I don't
and
know them
everything
anyways.
first. Yeah. But let me introduce you and get that all out of the way. They know you're on your way already.
Okay.
And you'll see him turn around and head into the door. Come on.
I will follow after.
Alright. He'll end up pressing another sort of brick button that will shut the door. As you head in, you will see a torch-lit hallway that has a door at the end of it, which he'll end up opening up, and inside you see a very big room. It looks like it's sort of chamber-esque looking. It's circle. In the middle there is a big table with chairs all the way around it, and then you see doors. They're also lined along the back side of the wall. There's 3 doors. But you will see someone standing at the side of the middle door. And you'll sort of see the goblin come up. Alright, I brought him here.
Hello, I'm Stark.
Oh, God. What'd I tell you?
You have a job for me.
Okay. He'll continue walking out, and the person next to the door will walk out. You will see a human lady. She is dressed in a sort of black cloak. And it's like leather armor sitting under it. But the goblin will continue. So this is Stark, the one that I was told to bring along. This is, a friend of a friend. Apparently he was left here in Sloxilia. So you see him walk up towards her and just starts, like, whispering something to her. And then
I like your cloak.
You say that, like, in the middle of him whispering, and she'll just turn her eyes towards you and just, like, give a sort of grin and a nod. And then, after some more whispering, the goblin will look over. So, this is who you'll be working for. This is Cassandra Selwyn.
Sandra.
Yes.
It's nice to meet you, Sandra. I'm Stark.
You'll see her walk up to you and sort of put her hand out.
Stark will return the gesture.
Alright, and she'll shake your hand. The goblin will come back forward to you. Alright, she'll tell you about this place and what you're gonna be doing. Anyways, I got places to be. And, yeah. Which at this moment, you'll also see that, so this goblin, he has like a little pouch that's sitting along his belt. And, you'll see it shine really brightly. It's like a bright red all of a sudden. And you'll see him look down at it and you'll be like, oh no. Well, I gotta get going. Something's happening. You have fun here, okay? I might come and check up on you. And you'll see him like run towards the door you guys came out of.
Blin.
What'd you say? It like cut you out real bad.
Bye, Goblin.
Okay, all I heard was Blin. I was like, anyways, the lady you're sitting there with, she will look down at you. She is actually pretty tall, but she'll look at you. Have you ever heard of the Thieves Guild?
I don't think so. Oh, yes, I have. Just now.
I feel like you and Shadow's second character would get along so well. Well,
that's good, because Shadow's gonna have to start playing the second characters.
Yes. Well, that's the group you'll be working for. Our guild has been around ever since Behemoth was the emperor.
Uh-huh.
So, just by the name, what do you think you'll be doing?
Well, the Thieves Guild. And guilds do like a lot of paperwork, right?
You won't have to mess with any paperwork, I hope.
That's a relief.
So do you know how to be quiet?
I do.
Do you know how to take things from people without ever getting caught?
I took an apple this morning. It was bad.
Okay, you're gonna have to likely steal more than just an apple. Most of the things we take are very high value. And we typically do not ever want to be caught. We don't really like showing ourselves to people.
I don't like being caught. That's how you lose wings.
Is that how you lost your wings?
I was caught. Yes.
Well, let's hope they don't take any more appendages if you ever get caught again.
I don't have any more wings to lose. That's a problem most people have. Nobody really has wings to lose.
Yeah. I haven't quite seen one of your kind for a while. If you're interested in seeing people with wings, the Red Crows have a few people. It's probably
They're
the only
nice.
ones I ever see.
But they're dwarves and lizardmen.
They have more than that.
Like, 4 more?
What'd you say?
I like 4 more?
They have quite a few races that work under them. But anyways...
Like 5 more?
Okay, you're getting off subject. So, would you like to do guild work for me?
Sure.
Okay. So, I already know you're friends with one of the people that work with the Onyx Jackals here. I would like to make sure that...
Oh, that's Silas!
Yes, him. I would like to make sure you do not also work for the Onyx Jackals.
Well, I don't really know the Onyx Jackals that well.
Well, let's just say they are the same as bandits. I simply don't want you working for them, especially if word ever gets around that you work for them, because then other cities will likely know who you are, and that creates problems.
Well, people don't know who I am.
Exactly. That's why I would like you to work with us. So, the first thing I'm going to ask you to do...
What do you want me to do?
Oh. I would like you to head to Truval's estate. Truval Epison. He's the mayor here in Sloxilia. I simply...
Is just, like, quickly nodding.
I simply need you to find some paperwork in his manor and bring it back for me.
Did you say I wasn't going to work with paperwork?
You're just stealing it.
Oh.
I just need you to pick it up. You don't have to look at it.
Okay.
As far as I know, this paperwork is in a sort of red satchel. It's likely either in an office or his room, I would guess. If you can go collect that for me, that will prove to me that you can do what I need you to do for future jobs. And of course, when you return, I'll give you some payment. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, I can do that.
Alright then. If you'd like, you can be on your way. If you successfully return, you can join our guild, and you can meet your other guild members. Doesn't having more friends sound good?
Yes, having more friends is fun. Sorry, I was looking into making route shaping a smoother experience.
Now, one more thing. Don't ever mention this guild to your friends. Not Silas, or anyone else that's outside of this guild.
The Thieves Guild. Yes, got it.
Okay. Don't mention that to anyone. How to get here, or even related to where we're at. If you come back down here, make sure you're not being followed.
Oh, people don't follow me. And when they try, they don't.
Well, that's good. Now, be on your way. I will be here waiting for you. Stark still just standing there.
Oh no, yes, I leave.
Okay.
There probably is an awkward moment where she like shoos him away and he just like stands there and goes, "Oh right, me."
Okay. So as you leave, you'd be brought back to the end of like the tunnel that sort of just has the button that you remember.
I'm gonna press that button.
All right. And after you do that and walk out, do you press the other button to shut it?
Yes.
Okay. I'll say it's pretty easy enough to find a little grate that lets you back out of the sewer. But yeah, you would be back in Sloxilia if you don't want to stay in the sewers for whatever reason. So what you doing?
I'm going to find that place.
Oh, okay. You're just gonna look straight for retrievals. All right. In that case, that is where we will stop here. Simply to see this, make sure we got the whole Thieves Guild thing out of the way.
Yeah. Great.
All right.
I've found something on D&D Beyond that lets me add wild shapes to a list. So, and it sorts them out on what I can actually use by creature rating. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'd make it a lot easier. Right. So Stark is now working on getting officially in the Thieves Guild. Yeah. So, what's your like 1 out of 10 that Stark will keep the Thieves Guild under wraps?
I mean, I don't think he has cause to mention it to mostly everybody, but it's a real toss-up that when Silas goes, "So what have you been doing at Sloxilia while I've
Yeah.
been gone?"
Yeah, I just thought about what if Silas just says, "So what you been doing?" It
Like,
immediately goes right there.
well, let's see. I played around in Terrence's host. I left. I followed a dwarf and lizardman from the Red Crows. I stole an apple. I took on a job from the Thieves Guild. I stole something from a mayor's office. I brought it back to that place. And then I messed up Terrence's office more.
Oh, what do you have disappointed Shadow's gonna be? I don't know if he's gonna be so like, oh god, he threw everything everywhere, or he'll be like, nah, it's okay, it's been like that pretty much. He don't care how clean it is.
It's like a good 1 to 2 hour cleanup just to get everything back to where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
and that's not counting all the if there's anything like powdery, like a flower or maybe some type of like a powdery substance to soak up blood or something, like that's spilled.
Yep. Alright. Well, that will wrap up this session. Then we just gotta see what happens Friday.
Yeah. I know a lot of what comes down to if Stark ends up telling Silas or if it just basically slips his mind, will come down to what Silas enters talking about.
Yep.
Because what's on his mind when he sees Stark may not be, hey, what have you been doing the last few days? It's probably going to be more along the lines of either, okay, great, I left you in the city of crime and you're all right, and or my god, this machine entity from another dimension uh, has really been fucking with me and my friends.
Yeah. I almost died. I feel like that's like a definite thing that he'll end up saying, yeah, about dying. Just knowing Rust and how he talks. Alright. I'll go ahead and wrap us up. We'll see you guys Friday.
See you Friday.
Bye bye.